The morning sun had barely risen over the small town when Ethan Hayes, a humble mechanic, pulled up the garage shutters. He expected a normal day, oil changes, brake repairs, and the usual locals dropping by. But when a black luxury van rolled into the lot, he froze. It wasn't the kind of vehicle seen here. Inside the van sat a woman in a sleek wheelchair. Early 30s, confident, poised, her presence powerful even without standing. Her name was Isabella Grant, though Ethan didn't know it yet. To him, she was simply a stranger needing help. Her van's lift jammed, leaving her unable to exit safely. Ethan approached gently, offering a respectful smile. "Ma'am, mind if I take a look?" She nodded, her tone calm but firm. It stopped working halfway. No one would touch it in the city. Ethan crouched beside the lift, studying the mechanism with practiced eyes. "It's complicated," he admitted softly, "but not impossible." As he worked, Isabella studied him quietly. His hands moved with precision, care, and surprising skill. Despite the grease on his shirt and the worn tools, he wasn't ordinary. He wasn't guessing. He understood the machinery perfectly. She felt a spark of curiosity. "You've done this before?" she asked. "Something like it," he replied modestly. In truth, Ethan had built custom mobility equipment for his late wife, who lost her ability to walk years before she passed. He never spoke about it, but the experience lived in every steady movement of his hands. Isabella sensed a depth in him that didn't match his small-town setting. Within minutes, the lift clicked into place, fully functional. Isabella blinked. "No one in the city could fix that," she said, half in disbelief. Ethan shrugged lightly. "They probably didn't try." She lowered the ramp and rolled out, breathing in the fresh air. Freedom, even small, always felt like a gift. But when she tried moving the chair forward, it stuttered, the wheels dragging unevenly. Ethan immediately knelt again. "Your bearings are worn, and your right motor's heating." She frowned. "Can you fix that?" He hesitated. It would take hours. "If you've got time," he said carefully. "I'm not in a hurry," she replied. So he got to work. While he adjusted wires and replaced parts, Isabella watched the townspeople pass by, some waving at Ethan, others dropping by to chat. They respected him deeply. She realized this place wasn't small. It was warm in a way her billionaire world never was. Eventually, she asked, "You don't charge city prices, do you?" Ethan laughed softly. "No, ma'am, just enough to keep the lights on." For the first time, she smiled genuinely. Her world was full of people who pretended. He was the first in years who seemed real. After 4 hours, the wheelchair moved smoother than brand new. Isabella tested it with growing amazement. "You're remarkable," she said quietly. Ethan shook his head. "Just a mechanic." She studied him. "Not just. You have a gift." He looked away, uncomfortable. With praise. Before leaving, she asked, "Do you know who I am?" He shrugged. "Just someone who needed help." She was stunned. No one ever said that to her, not without recognition, not without an agenda. Isabella Grant was one of the richest women on the East Coast, owner of a medical technology empire. She wasn't used to anonymity or sincerity. "Would you consider working for me?" she asked carefully. "I run a company designing mobility equipment. People like you are rare." Ethan froze. He had a son in school here, a life here. Leaving wasn't simple. "I appreciate it," he said, "but my world's small." Isabella didn't push. She simply nodded, a softness in her eyes. No one had refused her before, not respectfully, not thoughtfully. It made her admire him even more. Before leaving, she asked one last thing. "Do you ever build custom equipment?" His breath caught. "I used to," he whispered. She leaned forward, her voice gentle. "Then build something for me, not as a billionaire, as a woman who still wants to live freely." Ethan nodded slowly. "I can try." It was the start of something neither of them expected. A partnership built not on money or fame, but on understanding. Over the next weeks, Isabella visited often. Ethan designed modifications for her wheelchair: faster motors, new ergonomic controls, shock absorbers, even a discreet emergency lift feature. Each time she tried something new, her smile grew wider, her confidence brighter. One afternoon, she rolled up beside him, the sun catching her hair. "You've changed my life more in 3 weeks than my company has in years," she said softly. Ethan met her eyes. "You just needed someone to see you. Not the title, not the wealth. Just you." She swallowed, moved deeper than she was ready to admit. "Maybe," she whispered, "but I think you needed someone to see you too." And for the first time since his wife died, Ethan felt something open inside him, a quiet hope he thought he'd buried forever. Their worlds were completely different, yet somehow they fit together in a way neither expected. And it all began in a small-town garage, with a broken lift, a stubborn wheelchair, and two hearts learning how to heal again.